So
Not too much. I just firing up. I got the gloves on. I just fired up a stream. Right. So it just started. I'm gonna just take a few minutes. I want to go through. There is a race in iRacing. It's the supercars. Hold on one second. It's supercars at Laguna Seca. Now the supercars are like incredibly difficult to drive. Um, but it's not really what I want to do. What I want to do is I wanted to just go through and um, record the iRacing settings because there's some discrepancy about people thinking that iRacing was like shit, and I think it looks good. So I want to make just a quick stream for like 5 minutes. I'm going to go through the different settings, like turn it all the way up in iRacing, and then see what it looks
yeah,
like because I don't think that iRacing looks worse than any other sim, to be completely honest. I think that the default settings that they set up, I think that they lean more
mhm,
towards frame rates as they do towards fidelity. Like I think you can turn it up incredibly high, as good as any other system. The only thing it doesn't actually have is ray tracing, but who gives a fuck about ray tracing, right?
yeah.
So that's going to take maybe 5 minutes, and we are streaming, and you are in the stream, I believe. Yeah, you are. So just 1 second, and I'll go through the iRacing settings, and then I'll be ready to jump into race room. All right.
Mm,
So I never use so you can go here, you can put it on max quality, but I don't think you can see even at the max quality settings here for driving, and then this is the replays. So this is what you see, and this is what your replays will see. So in max quality, you can see it doesn't even turn up the world detail cell at medium. So like just because it says that that's max quality, it's not even close to what iRacing can really do. You can see all of these settings that I'm changing. Right? Foliage is off, like on the max settings. Like it's crazy. Two pass trees, high quality trees on. No, I don't want to show my steering wheel. I want to hide all obstructions. High. I'm just going to turn everything up to high. Cockpit mirrors. I'll put one of those on. Higher detail in mirrors. Virtual mirrors on. Other cars. You want to draw. So you want to pull in the detail from all the cars, which is 63. You don't want to draw all the cars because, well, that takes a lot, right? Especially if they're going to be set up really high. So that's 40 I believe that's 40 to the front, what you can see, and then 20 in your rear view. So the first value is your main camera, second is inside the mirrors. So it only draws a maximum of 20 cars. I think that's too much. I'm going to go with like 40 and 12. I don't want 20 in my rear view. Um, dynamic length of draw, level of detail, dynamic level of details. I don't want it to be dynamic, so we're going to turn off. I want all this shit off. Image quality shader is max. Particles is high. Full resolution on. Shadow maps on. All this stuff on. Dynamic objects. Let's read that. I don't want anything dynamic. Render their shadows. Yeah, okay. So you want that in main view and mirrors. Walls on. I don't even know what this means. PCF4, but you can turn it up to PCF16. And then number of lights that can cast shadows. So I don't even know. Like, how many lights all do I want? All of them? We'll keep it on 3. That's what it's set at. Now I don't like motion blur. Sharpening, we'll turn that on. HDR is on. Screen saves ambient occlusion, that's off in the max settings. Like, that's crazy. This is like a normal setting that should be turned on, but it's turned off because iRacing always favors frame rates. Distortion and heat haze, keeping them off. And then screen space reflections off. Like, all this shit should be on. So like that's I think where people are getting confused. They think, oh, I put it on max, that's all I should need to do. It's not. It's not even close to what you can do in iRacing. Let's see. Dynamic cube maps. This determines the quality of reflection seen on the surface of cars. The higher the number, the higher the quality. And it comes at a large cost of CPU. We're going to turn it up to 1. Fixed. We're going to turn that up to 1 as well. I don't have any idea what number that should be on. And then we're using MSAA, and we're going to go up to 8. I don't even, and I have a 5090. I'm thinking that all this shit that I'm turning up right now is going to, like, I won't get anywhere near. I mean, if I get 60 frames per second at this, I think that'd be, I mean, I don't really know. So we'll see. That's the one thing. So there's a ton of like settings you can choose in iRacing, but I don't think they're terribly well optimized for what it's worth. Okay, so I'm going to quit out because we got to restart for some of those settings to take effect. This is taking longer than I thought it would. I wonder if I have to leave iRacing altogether. Probably not. So what I'm going to run real quick is WeatherTech, Raceway, Laguna Seca. Uh-oh. It says we couldn't start the game, so let me just close it completely. Launch error, okay. It still says launching though, so I think we're fucked. Withdrawal. Alright, let's try this again. I mean, fuck, I don't have to do this thing. 1 second. So, oh, I should have my camera on so you can see my gloves. Soup, I'm wearing the gloves you got me, buddy.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's get my camera turned on. Yeah, check out those fucking hander pants. It's my new piss gloves right here, buddy. Subi sent me these. Thank you, Sub, again, for always thinking of my piss gloves. This is a housewarming gift from Subi, so thanks, Sub. I appreciate that, man. Very funny. He also sent me a giant dick. Oh, no, I think it's a right turn signal. And this is for eating cheese off of, I believe. You're supposed to put cheese on there and serve it to your guests. That's great. All right, so let's fire up iRacing and hopefully we can get in this time. Where did that supercars go? Right here. I kind of want to do this supercars. I want to try it at least. I know they're really difficult to drive. I have the Mustang. I never drive it. That's how difficult it is to drive. And we're going to race at Laguna Seca. It's a 28 lap race. So I imagine that's like probably 45-minute race. Oh shit, let me adjust these cameras so you can actually see me a little better. Oh man, I'm all messed up. So what's up, Sue? How's it going? You did you do Thanksgiving today or are you doing Thanksgiving tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Yeah. That's I'm not doing Thanksgiving at all. I had stuff I had to do today. Yeah, I had stuff I had to do today. And today is the day that Leah's family celebrated Thanksgiving. And then my dad is going over to one of my nieces tomorrow, but I'm not going to go. I'm just going to watch football. So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to be a grouch and sit home if I can. If I can get away with it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to celebrate Thanksgiving by just doing nothing. All right, so WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca is one of the classic North American road racing circuits. The serpentine ribbon of pavement winding through the hills of Northern California's Monterey Peninsula Laguna is the site of one of the most unique and famous corners in motorsport, the corkscrew. Approach from a long, fast uphill run, the corkscrew is a blind, plunging left-hander that's more akin to a ski slope than a piece of racetrack. Originally built by the Army Corps of Engineers, on a corner of what was then Fort Ord. Laguna Seca opened in 1957, and in its half century of operation has seen host to every significant North American road racing series, from the legendary Can-Am to the Trans Am, IMSA, and more. So that's what you can. That's the information that we got about Laguna Seca. So let's go. Here it is, and let's see how the game actually looks in car. And I don't hear a freaking thing, so that's not good for me. There we go. It's on the wrong headphones. Da. There we go. All right. Okay. Let's see here. 90. Shift horizon. Let's see. Looks pretty good for me. Driver height. Looks good. Looks good. All right. So it's so tough to see, but maybe I'll try and change the FOV so we're not looking at mostly car. I'm playing on a 65-inch TV, like 2 feet in front of me. So like what looks like on the stream, like a tiny strip of window, is actually like bigger than my head in front of me. So, but I know it's bad for streaming, so I'll go ahead and adjust that so you guys can see a little better out what it looks like out of the car here. There we go. So I think that should be good. And for what it's worth, getting well over 100 frames a second right now. Oof, this car's a monster. Maybe I shouldn't have picked Laguna Seca where it's just covered in freaking dirt. But I mean, look at that. It doesn't look bad, right? I mean, maybe it's not. Maybe it is slightly lower quality than, I don't know, like Forza Motorsport, but I don't know. How much does that really matter if it's this close and we're talking about driving, right? Like, it's not like I'm taking pictures. I'm trying to drive it as fast as possible. I don't know, I guess it depends on the person. How much do you truly value the highest fidelity, or do you care about frame rates? Like there's birds flying. I didn't know they had birds flying in iRacing, but there they were. Oh shit. Let me try just one more track and then we'll go. I have no idea when they scanned this track, but I know they recently scanned Spa, and everybody should know what Spa looks like. So we'll go there and that'll be that. And then we're gonna jump into race room. If you guys haven't played Race Room, I highly recommend it. It's probably the best sim if you're talking variety and value per dollar. It's just a very good game. Good variety and good value for your money. Whereas iRacing people say is the worst for your money. I'm not sure if I agree, but it's definitely expensive. But I don't think it's a bad value. And that's what the replays look like. Looks pretty good to me. All right, so let's quit out. And we'll try one more track and then we're done. Oh man, looks like I had no turkey already. I did. Actually, Leah brought me home some they didn't have turkey, they had chicken. Chicken and mashed potatoes. My dad makes excellent turkey, so I love turkey especially, but not everybody makes good turkey. Some people think it's dry. It's only dry if you don't cook it right. So let me go to test drive. We'll grab let's grab something with a big window, like an MX-5 Cup, right? You can see out of that really well. Or a F4 car, that'll work. F4 at Long Beach, that should be dope. Yeah, let's drive F4 at Long Beach. I suck at Long Beach. But I don't want realistic because it might be raining. So let's just put it on clear. Chance of rain, none. Temperature, warm. Wind speed, calm. And there we go. Test drive. I said we were going to go to Spa, but I ended up going to Long Beach because I think Long Beach will show off better the graphics. That being on streets and buildings. I know there's a fountain, whereas Spa is basically road and trees. The reason I was going to pick Spa is because I know it was scanned last year, brand new, and I don't know when they did Long Beach. I assume that the tracks that are newer have higher graphical fidelity, but I don't know if that's true either. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. It looks beautiful. Okay, the trees look like shit. I can't lie. Those trees do look like shit. I guess, but let's see. I don't think they look like that when we're driving, though. They don't look great, that's for sure. Let me check the settings, make sure nothing got fucked up when it crashed out. Maybe the settings got fucked up. Things on high, two past trees. Headlight details high. 4012 max high. Yeah, okay. And I don't know what this does. We'll turn that shit on. Fuck it. Okay. And I don't know what this is. This option controls the kind of filtering to apply to the shadow maps, which affects how realistically the sim blurs shadow edges. Better filters improve visual quality at the cost of performance. Okay, the options are presented in increasing quality levels. The highest is at the bottom. Okay, so I have it on the highest right now. Let's go ahead and crank up these as well. Turn those up to 3. Oh, 3 is the highest number there. Okay, so this is literally the highest we can get, I think, with iRacing. So let's see how that looks. Ooh-wee. Yeah, that didn't work at all. Yeah, that just crashed the fucking game. Holy crap. That's what I was talking about. All right, let's put that down from 3. Dynamic cube maps. Okay. It's high CPU usage. Let's put that down to 0.
Blizzard said to stream your giant splinter dick.
Let me get the stream up. Hey, there's Nate's. I'll be there within a half hour. Where'd you see Lizard at? I don't see Lizard.
I was messaging him.
Oh, gotcha. I gotcha. Let me get this stream up so I can read the chat here. There we go. Okay. And Subi also got me a right. Oh, I did this already. I showed this already. This is it means yeah. I was talking about eating cheese off it, right? This is a right turn. It's a right turn sign. Yeah, it was on the stream. It's right there. Check out my giant dick. I mean, turn signal. That's something I never get to say. Check out my giant dick. All right, there we go. Well, it's not giant. Giant's pretty fucking aggressive. Why can't I get out of? There we go. Okay, so I can see the trees do look like shit. I can't lie about that. The trees. Oh man, I'm an idiot. I'm looking at fucking trees. I missed my turn. Okay, so that's fair. The trees do look like shit. But if you're stuck on the trees, I would argue stop looking at the fucking trees. I lost the rear wing. Good God. My car's toast. What'd you say?
Forgot how to drive?
Well, I was looking at a tree and I drove into the runoff and hit the wall. All right, so here we go. And it's not the first time I've done that either. Yeah, I don't think this looks bad at all, to be honest. The trees do look a little shitty, but stop looking at the goddamn trees. That's all I can tell you. And all of this, coming in at 120, I'm pretty good with that. Looks pretty good. And that's it. That's all I wanted to do. I wanted to get to the bottom of this, whether or not iRacing does or does not look like shit. And I guess I don't think it's a fair criticism because I don't think it looks like shit, but the trees is a fair criticism. If you want to say the trees look like shit, I can't argue that. But the inside of the car looks perfect. The streets, even the crowds, the concrete and metal and shit, all that looks really good. I mean, I'm not sure what we really need I'm not really sure how much graphics we need when we're driving by at 200 anyways. So, anyways, that's that. It's going to be the end of the stream. We're going to kick over to Race Room. This is Long Beach. Penalty for what? I cut the course, apparently. I didn't even know. I think I cut into the pit lane or something. All right, let's see. Nate says, I'll be there in a half hour. Who gives a fuck about the trees? If you're looking at trees, you're in the wrong sin. They didn't scan the trees. That's fair. Imagine if they did scan the trees. That'd be nuts. They'd be down to the foliage accurate. That's pretty fucking cool. Maybe one day.
That's nuts. Down to the root.
All right, that's it. I think me personally, kind of like Nate said, I don't really get too hung up on the graphics. As long as it plays smooth, that's what I care about. More than, I mean, I do appreciate graphical fidelity. You want both, but if I have to pick one, I'd prefer it lean towards